Guys, Steve here. Sorry, the tractor's a little loud. I'm going to, I don't know, maybe till up the garden a little bit, but I got to clean out around the apple trees a little bit, and trying to get that cleaned up so I can mow around them again, and try to take some video. You know, tractor's rolling away on it. By the way, I put new tires on it, front tires on it. So those are brand new. They're about $100 a piece. But I wanted to get the original, so yeah. Trying to get the boat ready. We're gonna take that out for a spin. I did a video, I don't know, last year in the spring or in the fall, and so we picked this canoe up for free. It was for free sitting along the road. They painted free on it, so I didn't steal it and I didn't paint that on it. But we're getting ready to go test the boat out, and so I've got that ready. Got it connected up to the Jeep here. Got it all cleaned out. So I need to buy a new front panel, and I'm thinking of going with PVC. PVC piece versus the wood. You can't even buy the wood right now. So here's the boat. Brand new Suzuki on it, which I love. It's got tilt built into it. So I'm gonna remember to take that off when I take the little strut off here. But yeah, we'll give that a test drive today, and we're hatching chicks, and those are due up in a couple days. So we took the rotator turner feature off, because of a couple days before you hatch them, you take that off, and so we've done that, and it's just a matter of, you know, tomorrow actually is the due date. So just an update and a little bit of content. So we got a pile over here. This is composting. So maybe I'll do a little composting here, see how it's looking, because I really need to build up my garden over here and disc it up and get it ready, but it's been so wet, I haven't had a chance. It rained again last night. We were gonna take a boat out for a spin, but couldn't do it because of the heavy rains. So I'm just going to turn this over. Fishing line in there. Pull that out. vents. Poison ivy. See if I can tear that off. I got it. Get rid of this plastic here. All right, more over here. It's not super hot, so some sticks in here. More over here. There we go. Go. But that's going to be help build up my garden again. So I might dump that on the garlic. So maybe I'll take a scoop over and start putting it on the garlic. How wet it is still. So I had to adjust the throttle on this. Ooh, something's wrong here. Yeah, something's not right. Huh. The old tractor needs work. It's almost 40 years old. Should throw this on my asparagus. Let's see how wet it is. The asparagus is starting to come up. Ugh. I might just let it go this year. I don't know. So here it is coming up. There it's coming up. It's been really slow this year. I don't see any more. Oh, there's the one right here. So here's one. Boy, that's a tough one. There's one over there. There's a couple there. Well, they're coming up. I was worried. Here's another spot. Here's a spot. It's probably dry enough that I can till this up, try to get rid of some of this grass. There's some wild get rid of this. Probably eat that. This is all wild garlic that sprouted from. I think I might wash it out and maybe I'll grill it. But that would taste pretty good. But yeah, so I'm gonna till this up. Till that up. I bought plastic. I'm putting plastic down this year. I don't care what people think, but it's the best way to keep weeds down. And I can reuse it every year. So, yeah, and it holds moisture in, especially if you get a dry summer. Which so far this spring's been wet, so I'm sure we're gonna end up with a dry summer. All right, so I'm gonna dump that. Maybe I'll just dump it in the middle of here, and have it for nutrients. All right. All right, so I've got all this compost spread out in between the two rows of asparagus, and I'm just gonna let it sit for a little while until they start to sprout all the way up, and then I'll rake it out. There's some plastic and garbage in there and some sticks I gotta dig out too, so I'll pull that out as well. And then I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna dump some more on this side of the garlic and do the same thing, rake it in around the plants to give them a little more nutrients. And then I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna drag it with my apparatus back here, my cultivator slash plow, but it gets the weeds up. And then I'm gonna put down plastic. So that's kind of the plan for today. And then the afternoon I'm gonna do a little bit of boating down the Erie Canal. So we're gonna put it in Macedon, New York, and then head up towards Pittsford on the boat and try to break in the motor. Because I only did the initial 1 hour, 2 hour break-in at low idle, so I gotta do a little bit of 3/4 throttle and just basically cruise. So that'll be today, this afternoon. Elvis is up there barking at me. All right, so I've got probably a couple more scoops left, and this will all get spread around them. I think it'll be all right. By the time I spread it, it'll only be like an inch maybe, but that'll help. And then this over here will help my asparagus grow. So I'm gonna plow this up. There's more wild. Oh, look at dog poop right there next to it. Probably won't eat these. Well, I'll plow it up, and then there's another clump over there. Anyway, we're gonna drag this and try to loosen up these weeds and get rid of them. Then I'm gonna put plastic down. I'm gonna put a section of plastic down in here, and this section out front there, and then another little one over here, and then keep this all open, no plastic, so that the asparagus can grow up through. So yeah, here's a little, get out of the way, little sprig. So they're starting to come up. I was a little bit concerned. There's another little guy. I was getting concerned because this guy was so tall. He started first, and then this one started, and now they're all seeming to come up. So it looks like I'm gonna be all right. Here's one here. Gotta get around them in weed so that they don't take over again. Had a lot of weeds, and then fish out the plastic. That was a mistake. So, all right. I gotta get my tripod. It's out in the barn, so I can video some of this. So maybe I'll run out and get my tripod so I can do a little time lapse. Haven't done that in a while, which is kind of cool. All right, here we go. So this was all of the compost that I collected from weeds out of the garden last year. Maybe I'll take a little snippet of it to show you what my garden looked like last year. But I took all the weeds that I plowed out of here and I put them in a pile back there, and this is the compost from that. So it looks pretty good. I'm picking some of the sticks out, but it really composted nice. I only turned it a couple times during the winter, and so it was pretty simple to do. All right, I'm gonna go get the camera. I'm done with the spreading of all the compost. This might be where I put my pumpkins. Maybe 2 plants in here, because this will be nice compost to really maybe get some decent pumpkins. All right, I'm gonna get my tripod and do some a high-speed video. We're gonna do a time lapse of this so that the progress will go fast, which is something I like to do because you can do a lot with a few minutes worth of time. So I'm gonna do time lapse, and we're gonna drag this whole area here and clear it out. Here we go. All right, well, there we have it. It's all dragged up. Actually, it worked out well. I'm happy with it. So I might let it go and dry out for a couple days, and then maybe go over it again just to break it up, because it's kind of cloddy right now. It's kind of wet. So, but yeah, again, the goal is to cover this whole thing in plastic except for the garlic and then the asparagus and obviously the raspberries. So this is going to be my garden this year, and hopefully I won't struggle with weeds, but it should be a good season. All right, here we go.